Welcome back once again to howtocookgreatfood.com. If you haven't already, please click that red button and subscribe to our channel. Right, let's get on with this fantastic lamb or mutton curry. As you can see, I've got a mixing bowl here and I've got some nicely cut lamb. It's got the bone in. I've got a nice little bit of fat on there. Don't cut all that off, you need that. Absolutely delicious. Cut in kind of, you know, this kind of size, bite-sized pieces. Now, what we're going to do, which is unusual really for a curry, because normally we don't add all the spices and that now, but we are going to marinate this one just for a little bit. So I'm going in with what I call the big four, which are these guys, as you can maybe see there. Equal parts of chili powder, cumin powder, coriander powder, and turmeric or howdy. Garlic and ginger, roughly chopped, equal parts of. I've got some salt there. My hands are clean, don't worry. Let's get in there. Your hands are always the best instrument to use. Toss that all around. Coat that nicely. Then I've just got some regular sunflower oil here. You can use any oil you like. Just pour that over there. And again, in with my hands, mix that around. Now what we need to do is we need to cover this, refrigerate this for a minimum of 2 hours. If you can do it overnight, it will be fantastic. Just let those flavors really seep inside our meat. And then we're gonna get over to the cooker and get this absolutely delicious masala lamb or mutton together. I'll see you in a few hours. Okay, here we are then. I've left my meat for about 3 to 4 hours. There she blows. Now if you wanted, obviously you could use your favourite curry powder if you want, your own blend. Entirely up to you. I find this mixture much better. Okay, I've got a pan here. I'm actually using a wok. We're gonna need a lid because we need to slow cook this dish. We've got lamb, which is fairly tough with the bone. We want it really, really tender. I've got a touch of just regular oil in there. I'm using sunflower. In we go with our mixture of lovely meat. Now gently, we don't want to, well no, I know I'm using a wok, but we're certainly not stir frying anything in a kind of Asian style. We need to gently cook this and brown it. I'm going to pop the lid on now and I'll be back in about 10 minutes and stir it every now and then. It's on a kind of just above a medium heat. See you then. There we go, let's take a look now. Let me let some of this steam out. That's been going for like 10 minutes. Some lovely juices coming out of there. It's starting to cook really beautifully, but believe me, it's nowhere near cooked yet. Now what I'll do, I'm going to add a bit of water. That's like a cup of water or just over a cup. Now I'm going to turn the heat up. Lid's going back on. Keep an eye on it, stir it every now and then. I'll be back in another 10 minutes. Okay, let's take a look again now. Let a lot of that steam out first. Again, this stage is so important. If you don't do this, you're going to have some very tough meat on your plate. This way we're really tenderising it and get it nice and soft. Okay, chopped onions, and quite a lot. I'm using a red onion. You can use a white onion if you wanted to. And as you can see, I've cut them really small. The reason I've done that is because I want this masala to be really smooth. And that's a reason why I haven't put in any whole garam masala. There's no whole seeds or leaves in this. Back on goes the lid. We're on a medium heat. Keep your eye on it, stir it, you're in control, don't forget. I'll be back here in about 5 to 6 minutes. Okay, let's take a look inside. That's about 6 or 7 minutes. As you can see, our onions are virtually disappeared. They've still got a little way to go. And we're thickening up really nicely. You can see we've got this really lovely masala now. Okay, next step. Chopped tomatoes. I've got about 3 or 4 decent size fresh tomatoes that I'm adding. Again, nice and small. Let's mix them in there. And what we want to happen, just like the onions, is we need these tomatoes to completely disappear. So I'm going to pop a lid on this. We're on a fairly low heat now. Not a simmer, but just above a simmer. Because we've still got to cook this meat for a long time. Now, depending on how juicy your tomatoes are, and we can't tell yet, we may need to add a little bit of water. So lid's going to go back on. The heat's fairly low. I'm going to be back here in about 5 to 6 minutes and then we'll see. We may need to add a splash of water or not. Let's check it out then. Let's take a look now. This has been simmering away for a little while now. As you can see, those tomatoes again, like the onions, are kind of breaking down really nicely. I'm just going to go in now with some fresh green chilli. Just add as many or little as you like. I've put about 4 into this amount. And there's plenty of liquid in there, so the tomatoes that I used were fine. No need to add any water. Lid's going to go back on, I'm afraid, because we still need to simmer this and cook this for about another 15 minutes. Then we're pretty much done. I'll see you then. Okay, the very last stage. Let me let a little bit of that steam out of here. So yeah, 15 minutes that was. As you can see now, we've got a beautifully smooth masala. Those onions and those tomatoes are broken down beautifully. Our lamb or a mutton, and by the way, this can be used with goats as well. Goat meat is the same process. It's unbelievably tender. I've checked it out for salt. You need to do the same. I'm finishing off here with some freshly chopped coriander. If that can go in, mix it around. This is absolutely wonderful with some white rice or with some sort of bread, a naan, paratha, roti, however you like. Hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.